Hey everybody, this is Rick from ryoder.com coming at you through the power of YouTube. So as you can see right here, I have my website pulled up. Please excuse the lack of SSL. I just don't have that working yet, unfortunately. But I have my website here, ryoder.com. And it's a whole lot of nothing if you go to the home page because I need to upload the actual site itself. But if I go to WordPress, I have my blog right here, and today we're going to be talking about my WD6 class for Full Sail University. So this right here is my Hello World post, but that's not what we came here for today, so save you for another day, if at all. So basically, here's my blog post for WD6. So basically to sum things up, for the first blog post, I've learned about the first few steps of the agile workflow in vision and speculation. They're basically necessary so that you know how to identify a project, whether or not it's for agile essentially. And I've learned the basics of Laravel. I don't really understand all the ins and outs, obviously. I just took a look at the documentation. Seems very similar to Symfony. You can create routes and all that kind of fun stuff. So I think it's going to be cool to work with Laravel throughout the rest of the month here for this class. And then for my second blog post, these are essentially burn lists. I don't know why I just wrote my goals, essentially, but essentially they're burn lists. So for week 2, I need to get a more intimate understanding of Laravel by watching tutorials on YouTube and lynda.com. I seem to work best when I go on YouTube or any other video site that supports speeding up the video essentially, and I just like watching longer videos with a faster speed essentially. I don't know why, but I learn a lot better that way. I don't understand why. It's probably because I just digest information a certain way, but anyways. Then I'll need to decide on the best way to store shopping cart data with Laravel. As I said, I took a brief look at the documentation. I believe I could choose between a session, which just ends when the browser is closed. You wouldn't want that for a shopping cart. Then there is a cookie, which is saved until you go to like your Chrome settings or Firefox or whatever, and then you clear out your cookies essentially. But then there's also a session that you could store in like your file system on the server. So for a shopping cart, that would be more reliable. And then of course there was also a way to save a session to a database, which would be probably the most reliable out of all of those things. And then other than that, just design a store homepage and use temporary placeholder content. I don't know if this is going to be provided by the school or not, like placeholder content or content in general, like database content. Don't know if we're being provided that. The assignments are locked until they start up tomorrow, basically. And then just learn more about the agile workflow and the next steps. Forgot to add about the teamwork as well. This is just for my solo work. Another thing I should add to this second post, essentially for week 2, is get comfortable with my teammates if we're going to be in teams, because I was told that because we don't have a lot of classmates that we may not be put into teams at all. And then for week 3, keep getting a better understanding of Laravel. Learn how to implement PHP data objects and MySQL improved with Laravel. I'm sure that there's a specific way that Laravel wants you to create database connections and query them and everything. So that's going to be fun, I'm sure. And then seed or insert data into the database to be displayed. Again, I don't know if I'm being provided with that stuff or not. Learn about the Stripe API to process payment, which is actually really great because I was wondering about getting into Stripe and that kind of stuff anyways, since I'm already working on my own e-commerce site. And then learn more about the agile workflow. And last but not least, for week 4, finish up with the Stripe API and just plop it in the app basically. Finish the add to cart functionality in checkout using Stripe, and learn whatever's left about the agile workflow. So I'm going to start off next by going to the, I guess the About page. And I need to get rid of this. I don't know why this is here. As a matter of fact, I do not want to look at that for the rest of this video, so. Alright, took care of that. So this is just a little bit about me. My passion is business as well as coding. Currently I'm brainstorming over half a dozen ideas for Google Chromebook apps to make a bit of a profit. As you can see here on the sidebar, I got a little bio that says I'm working on the front end with Chrome apps essentially. I already have one out right now. Basically it's just an app that lets you view and open PDF files in a separate window besides your actual browser tab. And believe it or not, people are buying that. People are usually getting that because I advertise it as a way to organize your desktop in Chrome and all that kind of stuff. So that's a good little revenue every month, basically. Other than that, though, I do have a lot of prior knowledge with website development and design. That's because I've been working with it ever since I was like 11 or 12 years old. Used to just experiment with it, and now I'm actually going to school for it. And then I'm also implementing it in my own business ideas for my own purposes, essentially. I've been working on a custom point of sale software, which is actually darn near complete. I can probably just show that real brief. I'm going to duplicate this tab. I think I still have it live. So essentially this is modeled off of what I see at work. I work part-time at Staples, and essentially you just type in an item number or SKU basically, or you can type in a UPC, Universal Product Code, which is like the barcode for the products, and then you hit the enter key or button. You can use a keyboard, you can use a barcode scanner, or you can use the on-screen tools or buttons, and everything just starts to get added to this list essentially. I don't know why it's not working right now, but anyways, so I got everything here, registered, timestamp for clocking in and clocking out, showing profits for the day, live security cam feeds, web orders, changing promotions and stuff, viewing inventory, all that kind of fun stuff basically. So got a lot of stuff going on with that, and this took me so long to make, and it's not even anywhere near done basically. Anyways, now to get to how to actually reach out to me. So if anyone has any questions, my contact email, my main contact email that is, my main contact email is rickyayoder97@gmail.com, and my phone number is 610-515-4792, not 4892, that's a typo, and my Slack username is ryoder15. So my portfolio site currently isn't hosted, blah blah blah. I actually just copied and pasted this verbatim from the class itself. It is hosted now. This is on X10 hosting. Obviously, like I said, I still need to actually upload the rest of the website. All I have is a WordPress right now for the blog aspect of it. I plan to dedicate a lot of time to the class basically. Essentially, when I'm not working, I'm actually working on this class basically. Whether it's this stuff or, coming up with week 2, I'm going to be coding a lot with Laravel, all that kind of fun stuff. And just to firm up my contact information, got my personal email, I have my business email for any business inquiries, have my correct phone number, have my main website, and then I have my company's Facebook page, and I have 2 Trello boards. I have the one for my solo work and then one for my team work. The solo work, I need to probably add some more stuff to it, but I've gotten a lot of stuff done, basically everything done for week 1. Could probably move this over here, could probably move this over here, probably move this over here, and I think I'm actually working on the progress check. That's what this is called. Yes. Well, I'm doing that. Anyways, going back to the blog here, or the WordPress site, we have the WD6 demo page. So we've got some headers here, so talking about the difference between LAMP and mean. LAMP is primarily PHP based, and mean is all about Node.js, JavaScript, client side and server side. And I have my screencast section for screencasts like this, and I'm probably just gonna, as soon as I'm done uploading this, I'm gonna link this screencast and I'm gonna plop it in here basically. And then we have the WD6 Agile Teamwork. So this is an as-I-go kind of thing as I learn about Agile. So I've learned the two phases, as I explained before, envision and speculation. Basically both of these are just, how do I say, like firming up phases, making sure that you get all your ducks in a row, making sure that the project is right for the agile workflow. That's mainly what the envision phase is about. Is the agile workflow the right workflow for this project? And then the speculation phase is all about holding stand-up meetings to touch base maybe 2-3 times a week, just making sure everyone's all on track and all on the same page essentially. Coming together to share wins, not issues, and then determining how much work has been done over the course of time to figure out whether your team is ahead of schedule or behind schedule. But other than that, you can go back here to the blog page, and I really got to get rid of these images, or at the very least replace them with something better. And this is weird because my post should display here, but I will worry about that later. I'm not really very savvy with WordPress. Actually, this is like my first time actually using it seriously. But I will be updating this. I will be starting my work with Laravel, looking into it. Probably going to check out tutorials on YouTube before lynda.com. I don't know why, but I've always just been more comfortable with YouTube. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.